Hello. Today we're going to be looking at another application called ThingLink. And what this application is it's an application that allows you to create an image that is interactive for the students to use, or the students to create their own image that's interactive, that they can add all sorts of materials to, like links to different web pages or videos or text documents or audio that they've recorded themselves. I find this to be a good study tool for the students, a good way to review or difficult concepts with them so they can create their own and organize it in whatever way makes sense for them. So I've already signed into my ThingLink here, and I'm going to show you the basics on how to create a ThingLink. So I'm going to come up here to create. Okay, and this will bring down a few options here. You can upload a general image as your background, a video. You can do a 360 or a VR image if you have one saved on your computer, or you can import a video from a URL like a YouTube or something like that. So I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to upload an image. And I already have some images saved on the computer that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to choose my background image here. And the ThingLink that I'm going to be creating today is all about the Axis powers and what actually caused them to lose the war, whether it was oil or strategy. So once you select that image, it's going to bring that image up onto the background, and then you're going to title your image. So I'm going to come up here and say World War II Axis powers resource battle. Okay, and now once I click anywhere on this image, it's going to add what we call a tag. And you can click, and I'm just going to add them right down along the side here as I go through, showing you the different kinds. But when you create yours, the students create theirs, they can organize it any way that they want that makes sense to them. So I'm going to click right up in the top here. Okay, and it's going to add in a tag. Now notice that it's an icon of a microphone. Over on the side here are all the different options that you can choose from to customize your particular tag. So up here under the icon image, I'm going to click on this image, and it's going to bring up a whole bunch of different icons that I can use. And so if you're adding an audio file, you can have it look like this. If it's a video file from YouTube, it can look like this. If it's just an image, it can go here. So it's completely up to you and based on what you want it to look like. So I'm just going to click on a normal one. Okay, and now I'm going to customize this to be whatever it is that I want this tag to link to, or when they hover over it, it'll bring up a bubble containing information. So I'm going to have this one just be a normal text tab. So like usual, I encourage the students to have all of their resources opened up so that it's easier for them to create any type of interactive or use any application. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose a quote from this website that I found. So I'm going to highlight this quote. Okay, and I'm going to copy it. So Control C. Okay, I'm going to come down here into the text box and I'm going to hit Control V. Now this is the quote that is straight from that website. And then I've also come up here into my Google Doc. And using the Explore feature in the Google Doc, I have created a citation for this as well. So I'm just going to copy and paste that as well into this text box. Just it's always a good habit to have the students get used to doing. So now, as you can see, when I finish this, when they hover over this, this is what's going to pop up. Okay, this text. And if you click out of that, it'll exit it, and you're able to see over on the side here. You can change it to have different layouts. Okay, if you had an image, it would change where the image was. You can add a button title, so I'm just going to say quotes, the title of this button. Okay, and if I wanted to add in media, an image, or an audio, and I'll show you those in a second. Now, below that are some advanced settings. Now, you can choose to play around with these or not, depending on what you want to do with that particular tag. You are going to have to customize it. So the hide bubble is going to, when the student hovers over it, the bubble isn't going to show up. Okay, if it's pinned, the icon will always be visible to the user. So this icon right here will always be visible no matter what. And if you hide the icon, it'll create an area that the student can still hover over or click on, but the icon won't be there. Okay, and all you have to do is just click on either one of those in order to turn them on or off. And as you can see, when I click on hide icon, that area, when we hover over it, it'll still pop up that bubble after we save this image. Okay, the click action, you can have it open up in a new tab or the same tab. I usually encourage it if it's a link or something like that. If they click on it, you can open it up in a new tab. That way it doesn't exit out of your ThingLink and then you have to go back. It has a font family. ThingLink has some different fonts automatically uploaded in here. I tend to just leave it as the ThingLink font family. And then you can change the bubble background. So this right here is the bubble. And you can change the background color to whatever you wanted. If you wanted the background color to be white and you wanted the font color to be black, okay, it will change it to whatever you want to customize it as. Now, once you finish making your tag, you're just going to come down here and hit save. Once you save it, this tag is going to be here. If you save the image, you'll be able to preview it, and this will be an active tag that the students will be able to access. So once you've made one, you can click anywhere else to add another one. So I'm going to click right below it. Okay, and then I'm going to actually link right to this web page that I had. So I'm just going to copy and paste this web page. So this one's going to be a website. So in order to link to a website, you just have to copy and paste the address or the URL into this box here. Okay, and it'll give you the preview of what it'll look like. Okay, in the open graphic, if you wanted a small graphic or if you wanted a large graphic, you can choose that. If you wanted it to just be text, you can choose that, or you can have it just be custom and it'll default for you. And then in the text here, just like in any sort of word processing feature, you can change all this text to be huge, extra large, large, normal, or small. So I'm going to choose it to be normal. And then you can bold it, italicize it. And you can see whenever you add in anything, it's going to automatically preview it for you right here. So if you wanted it to be out of the way, you would just make the bubble over on this side of the image. That way you wouldn't have to worry about it. Okay, it wouldn't get in the way. So then you can click down here on layout and it'll have the image on one side or it'll have the image on the other side. Again, that's completely up to you. And then down here on the button title, I'm going to title it website for information. And then the advanced settings are the same. Okay, they're the same for every single type of tag that you create. So I'm going to come down here to save, and I'm going to add in my next tab. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to add in a video. So I'm going to change this icon image to a play button so that they know that this is a video. And I'm going to come up and I'm just going to copy and paste this link right into that same area. And now this, recognize that it's a YouTube, so it has a default, and you can, again, it's the same options here to change what it looks like. Same options for the word processing in the media and the advanced settings. So I'm just going to leave it as is. So I've noticed that these tags have started to overlap. So if you want to move them, all you have to do is click and drag them, and you can put them anywhere in the image that you wanted so that they are nice and organized so that the students can access them easily and you don't have to worry about them overlapping or getting in each other's way. So every time you move it, just make sure you hit save so that it saves all of the options that you have made or that you've customized on the left-hand bar here. So The next one that I'm going to show you is an image. I'm going to click to add a new tab, and then I'm going to come down here as an image. In order to do this, all you have to do is come down here to upload image. And again, I have this image already saved, so I'm going to click on the stats. Okay, and I will title it oil graph because that's what this image is showing. And up here, I can choose what the text is going to say. So aircraft, tank, and oil production by year. And I'm going to choose a small image, and it has the caption right below it. Hit save. And then the last one that I'm going to show you how to add is an audio file. And it's the same idea. So you would click anywhere on the image. You can change the icon to show that it's an audio file again. And you would come down here to upload audio. And I already have this recorded. So you would click on it, hit open. And I'm going to title this the essential question. Okay, and I'm going to add in the text of essential questions so that the students know exactly what this is. So I'm going to hit save. And now I've created all the different tags that I want on this ThingLink. So I'm going to come down here and save my image. And now once this image is saved, you'll notice that as soon as you hover over any of these, the different bubbles will pop up based on your customization of them. Okay, and up here, if you wanted to go back in and edit, you can choose here. If you wanted to share it and get the link or an embed code, you can click here. If you wanted to clone it so that you made a copy for yourself and then another copy that you could distribute to a different class, or if you wanted to post to a channel, which is essentially a class that you've created or that was created by the district for you. And then the last option is statistics and who's viewed it, how many times have they viewed it. If this is in a channel, they'll give you the names of the students that have viewed it. So that's it for ThingLink. I encourage you to try using this in your classroom or have your students create their own for their own purposes on whatever concepts or understandings you're working on in class. So thank you for watching.